Okay, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Katie Brown, and I'm an Executive Area Manager with Arbonne International. And I am here today with my amazing, fabulous friend, Executive Regional Vice President, Andrea Bouzrara. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, everybody.
And you guys, we're doing this video this morning because we wanted to get some great information out there about how to make the most of Arbonne's gorgeous cosmetic line. So we are calling this video this morning Makeup Minimalist. And in a minute, I'm going to introduce my friend properly and turn it over to her to teach you some incredible techniques to look even more beautiful than you already are naturally with Arbonne's beautiful cosmetics, which we like to call beauty with benefits. So Arbonne does have products that are pure, safe, and beneficial. And one of the things I love to share about our makeup is that it's really an extension of our skincare. So the first thing we're going to do today, once we introduce Andrea, is walk you through our incredible flagship line, our RE9 Advanced Anti-Aging Skincare line. So to properly introduce my dear friend, Andrea is an Executive Regional Vice President with Arbonne. She is also a professional international makeup artist and has been for over 15 years. She has an incredibly thriving team, including a huge team in Australia. Shout out to all our Aussies. And 3 of the top income earners in Australia are in her success line. So we're so proud of her for her and her amazing team's achievements. And she's also the proud mother of 3. So she really knows how to grow an incredible, thriving business alongside balancing a beautiful family. So Andrea, may I turn it over to you to get us started?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Katie. This is so fun, you guys. So basically what we're going to do is just walk through what I would do on a regular morning getting ready. Maybe not if I was going to yoga, but if I were going to meet a girlfriend for breakfast or, you know, going to work, doing a business meeting. A minimalist makeup look that you should be able to do in, I'm going to say 8 minutes or under. Probably faster once you get really good at it. But the first thing that comes before makeup is beautiful skin, because the point of the makeup is to make you look prettier than you do naturally. And so what I always tell people is that to look really naturally pretty, there's a lot of steps, but it has to start with beautiful skin. And so we highly recommend our anti-aging skincare line, RE9. I use that every day, every morning, every night, along with my new BFF, Mr. Genius. I call him our Genius Ultrasound Machine, which he is really a wrinkle ironer. So the first thing I do right away in the morning is I knew that was going to happen, just tipped everything over. I cleanse my skin with the Smoothing Facial Cleanser, which is not at all drying. It's great to take off eye makeup. Just a little bit will do you. I do that, and then we do a spritz of our regenerating toner.
Feels so good.
It brings your skin back to pH neutral. The next step is the serum. Serum goes all over the face, and that is also what you use with the Ultra, wherever you want to iron out some fine lines and get a little boost in collagen in your skin. From there, we always use an eye cream. When you're putting your eye cream on, you want to use your ring finger and just dot it gently around the orbital bone around your eye. And the warmth of your body pulls it in closer to your eyes. And then a day cream with SPF 15. So that's what I've already done this morning, along with this guy. And from there, we start our makeup process with the primer. Now, this is an internationally renowned product. It's always on the list of best primers. We kind of have a cult following, which is why it is out of stock right now, but we just heard that it will be only a few short weeks. So if you've run out, you might want to ask your consultants if they have any samples or extras laying around. And they may or may not give it to you. So just, again, a little bit on your fingers. Our products are highly concentrated. So the size of a pea is more than enough for your whole face. You can see that. That's enough to put on your whole face. So I just put it on my fingertips. And I always start these kinds of things in the middle of your face. That is where you have the most discoloration. You put it on your eyelids, around your lips, up over your forehead, and then you pull it outward. And it feels like silk. I call primer spackle for your face. You know, when you're painting and you put spackle on the wall and it fills in the cracks on the wall before you paint?
Right.
That's what primer does. Fills in your lines and wrinkles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And feels silky. It also really helps your makeup to stay fresher longer all day long, and it helps with redness in your skin as well. So that's our primer. Now, the next thing we're going to do is CC cream.
Love the CC cream.
Yeah. For me, because I'm a makeup artist, I'm kind of a little crazy about mixing because I have to get the right shade. And in the winter, I mix fair and light together because fair is too light and light is too dark. So I'm going to just do a dab of each on the back of my hand. I put a lot of stuff on my hands and blend. That's just sort of habit of being a makeup artist because it gives you a really nice palette to work with. So, you know, my fair doesn't want to come out. So I've got that on the back of my hand, 2 different colors, and then I just mix them together with my fingers.
So, Andrea, one thing I love about the CC cream is such a multitasking product, right? It helps to neutralize redness, helps to hydrate the skin. I tell people I feel like it just makes your skin look alive and fresh and dewy, which really, who does not want to look dewy and fresh in the morning?
I agree 100%, and I love it that you can see your skin through it, but it covers up any flaws or discoloration. It's a beautiful amount of pigment. Some I guess some companies call it tinted moisturizer or sheer foundation. Doesn't really cover enough. This has a really lovely amount of coverage. In a pinch, you can certainly use it for concealer. If you're in a really big hurry, it does work beautifully as concealer. Otherwise, it just gives you a really nice, hydrated, even out look.
And wouldn't you say it helps to even out your skin tone too, whether you want to minimize redness or maybe if you have some darker browner spots, the CC cream is awesome.
Absolutely.
Neutralize that discoloration.
And again, you concentrate these things in the center of your face and then blend out, because this is where most people need the amount of coverage. It's not out towards your hairline.
That is a great tip. I have never heard that before. Yeah. And this is why we find our friends in Arbonne who know about things we don't know anything about, and then we team up with them.
Now, some people like to have a little bit more coverage and like to have an option. And sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, but we have 2 products that you could do that. One of them is our Perfecting Liquid Foundation. It just has a little more pigment than the CC cream. You can mix this with the CC cream if you'd like to, or you can use it on top of where you may have a little extra discoloration that you might want to cover. And if you were going to do that, I would recommend that you use our foundation brush. The other option is our mineral powder. A light dusting of this, a little bit goes a long way. It really gives you just a flawless finish. So I'm going to show you what both of these products look like. So you can see my skin now. It looks very even and no redness, but we're going to just take that up just a notch with a little bit of foundation. So I would put that again just around my nose, maybe a little bit on the chin, a little bit on the forehead.
I absolutely love our brush set, Andrea, because I feel like it gives you tools to work with. Yeah,
it's amazing. You get 6 brushes. They're beautiful brushes. They're really high quality, and it's $35, you guys. I can tell you, in my makeup artist days, I didn't own a single brush that wasn't $35 to $70 just for one brush.
Wow.
So this is an amazing value, and really you don't need any other brushes than what you get right here, and I'll talk about them. So this is the foundation brush, just blends. And then if you're going to do a little sweep of mineral powder, I just tap a little bit onto the brush like that. And then what I do is I take the cover of the mineral powder and I mix it in there so that it really kind of gets pressed into your brush.
Right. And you don't get too much. So when you put it on, you don't get too much product. Yeah.
Right. Because this is highly pigmented as well. So when you're layering pigment upon pigment on pigment, it has to be sheer. So you just a little bit on the high points of your face.
it really makes your skin look like it has absolutely no pores. Which
Exactly.
Fabulous.
And there we go.
Love it.
That concludes our foundation portion of the
Tutorial. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So from here, bronzer. I think everyone can benefit from a little bronzer.
And we are making this video in February, and we're both in the Midwest. So we know that we can definitely benefit from bronzer.
Yes. When I look in the mirror, I go, my skin is the color of the underbelly of a fish. So a little sunshine is good. And I also tell people always, bronzer is not your blush, because no one blushes bronze. So bronzer is used more like a contouring and a little bit of an all-over color. I'm going to use this brush. It's called the blush brush, but I love it for bronzer because it's a little bit fluffy and it's at an angle. Just tap it into your bronzer, and I always tap off. And then you see where you have the cheekbone? You want to just put a little bronzer right underneath your cheekbone. Same on the other side. And then up a little bit around your hairline, your jawline, underneath your chin, because that pulls your neck back.
Everybody likes that.
Yep, and then I just use a little bit to blend whatever you have left on the brush, just blend it in a little bit so it gives you a little color.
Andrea, the difference in your skin just using those products is amazing. Really? And we haven't even really started applying color yet, which is awesome. So,
oh, you know, we should have done a before and after picture, but I guess since we're doing a video, it's a before and after video.
Yeah, yes, you can, after you're done, everybody rewind to the beginning. And you
can say, oh, wow, she looked really bad.
You didn't look as
I just had my 50th birthday, so don't judge.
Because of Arbonne, your skin does not look 50. So
no, honestly, when I go out with my 21-year-old daughter, we both get carded, and she thinks it's hysterical.
And I know Lulu, she's going to start using RE9 very soon because it is both preventative and corrective. So
absolutely,
never too early.
So from here, we're going to move on and do some eye stuff. The first thing I'm going to do is put our primer and concealer on the lid.
This product is amazing. I could not believe when this came out last year, the difference between if you do it on your hand or your eye, one eye with the primer and without. I was just blown away by this one.
Yep, it has a little bit of tackiness to it, which we love, because what that does is it makes your eyeshadow stick and not move. And again, a little bit goes a long way. You just need a teeny, teeny bit. And you blend it, and I blend it up to my eye.
Up to, like, are you doing up to the bone, Andrea? Is that what you're doing?
Yep, all the way up to your eyebrow.
Okay.
And I just use my ring finger. I put a little bit, because if you put the sponge directly to your eyelid, I feel like you get too much product.
Yeah, that's what my experience has been too.
Yeah. And then you kind of want to let that dry for a minute. So from here, we're going to go work on our eyebrows. Your eyebrows, in my opinion, are super important. They frame your face. We always say they are sisters, not twins. So they're never going to be exactly the same. You know, if you were to look at one eyebrow and then the other, you might not even know that they belong on the same person's face.
Wow.
So the goal is to kind of make them look like twins, even though they're not. Today, for simplicity's sake, we're going to use our amazing brow pencil. Depending on your hair color and your brow color, this is light, which would be for anyone that's, you know, light brown all the way to blondes. If you are medium brown to darker, then I would recommend that you use the medium to the dark, depending. Like Katie, for example, she would be a medium. Someone, you know, who African-American or Asian, or someone who has really, really dark hair, definitely the dark one. This has a great little brush on the end, if you can see that.
Yeah, it's like almost like a little mini mascara wand.
Yeah, it's great for blending. So the ticket and key to really natural looking brows with a pencil is you have to do short strokes. And I always start in the center of the brow, because you don't want to get too much color right in the middle. It pulls your eyes together, and The idea of makeup is always to pull your face up and out, not down and together. So I'm just going to start and do little tiny brush strokes and stay within the natural contour of your eyebrow. And you guys, I darken my brows with brow dye because mine are so light naturally that you can't really even see them. So if I didn't have that on there, I would have to do a lot more brow prep. So you can see how it's filling in. And then I do a little bit here in the middle, short strokes. And then we're going to take that really lovely brush, and you almost like, I like to jiggle it because you're kind of pressing the color on the lash, on the brow hair and the skin. See the difference? So even though my hair is dark on my brows, I've filled in the background skin color. And that's really important, especially for fair-skinned people who have dark hair, because it doesn't always look polished and finished to be able to see your skin through the brow. Does that make sense, Katie?
Yeah, it's more, I feel like the one that you just did is more shaped and defined by far.
Exactly. Because this one over here, which is my lesser loved brow, I got a really bad scar when I was a child. I dropped something, like a heavy lampshade fell on my face and gave me a bad scar in my brow, and no hair grows there. And so I always have to fix that little spot. And I recommend to everybody, if there's one thing that you're going to spend money on, find someone who's really, really good at brows. Find an esthetician who's a professional, really highly skilled brow person, because it makes all the difference. There we go, 2 brows.
Got it.
Okay. What are we doing from here, Katie?
Now we are moving on to, if we're ready to go back to our shadows, we're going to do our opal, and then we're going to do our line.
Okay, perfect. All right, so for a minimalist look, I like to just put one shadow all over your lid and then do an eye pencil, not shading and all these different types of
that'll be our next video.
Yeah. We can do a minimalist pump it up video next. So I'm going to use opal, which is a beautiful kind of skin tone shimmery shadow. I'll hold it up. It's this one right here. And I've put all my shadows into a magnetic palette because it's just, for me, much, much easier to show people and to use quickly.
You can order that on Amazon. No, Amazon is not getting any kickbacks, but you can order it on Amazon.
Right. I think they're $10 on Amazon. This is the brush I'm going to use. It's the larger of the 2 shadow brushes. Here's the smaller one. Here's the bigger one.
And you're doing, Andrea, you're doing larger, right? Because you're doing a bigger surface area.
Exactly. Yep.
Smaller than you want to use.
Yep. The smaller one would be if you were going to like place some color in a certain spot. So I'm going to just pat this into the shadow, and then I always, always, always tap your brush. Can you see that flying into the air? Otherwise, that taps off all over on your face. And when you're putting eyeshadow on, contrary to what most people think, you're not brushing, you're patting. So you use this brush and you pat.
I see how you're holding it, Andrea. You're not holding it like a pencil. You're holding it upright and going like this.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And I'm really just concentrating it on my lid. Really what we're doing is brightening your eyelid. So as when you put your pencil on, it's going to stand out more. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a tricky technique.
Okay, but I will say you taught me how to do this, and I am far from a makeup artist, and it makes a huge difference. So this will be a fun tip for people to learn.
Okay, I forgot to get a little water, Katie, so explain it while I'm getting a little bit of water.
Oh, wow. The non-makeup artist gets to explain. So this trick is one of Andrea's favorites, and she calls it the tight line. So she's going to use Onyx, which is another one of our gorgeous eyeshadows. And if you guys, when you're watching this video, if you haven't had a chance to play with the shadows, the colors are, they're absolutely fantastic. So this is Onyx.
Yep.
Andrea is going to use the smaller, are you going to use the slanted brush to do
the small slanted brush, right, which is this.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that it's very stiff and there's no fluff to it. So you can get a really nice straight line, and that is the ticket.
Okay.
You can use, we used to have in our line, which I'm sad that we don't have anymore, a liquid liner, and I used this brush with the liquid liner, but you can create the same thing with just you dip your brush in a little tiny bit of water, and then I always tell people to get enough on the brush so it feels like it's like a shoe polish paste consistency. It cannot be too dry and it cannot be too wet. So the consistency is really important. You can see if I do it on the back of my hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this into the root of my lashes from underneath.
Okay.
So not on the skin of your eyes, but on the root of your lash line. And what it does, you lift up your eye, you set the brush right on the root, and you jiggle it a little bit. You just jiggle it a little bit.
So you're not going under your eyelid, Andrea. You're just doing right at the base of
Correct.
the very base of the lashes. Okay.
Correct.
This one, let's have you do one eye and not the other so people can really see how stunning it is when you have it done.
Okay.
Love it.
Then you can go back in, and if you want to make it doubly impressive, you basically sandwich your lashes with the color. So you go in back from the top, you set the brush right at the root of the lashes, and again you're jiggling. Remember, you're not swiping it back and forth.
Yeah.
You're just setting the color at the root of the lash line.
And you guys, just to go back to the skincare for a moment, I think this is why really when I talk about makeup, I talk about the RE9 being the foundation for your makeup, because especially around the eyes, if that skin is not properly hydrated, then all of this product that we're applying, even with a delicate touch and the right tools, is not going to sit as beautifully as if your skin is perfectly hydrated. So just another reason why that regimen really is the first step in having beautiful makeup.
Yeah. I got a little bit on my face, but I'm just going to wipe that off.
Nothing a Q-tip or a tissue can't fix, right?
Mm-mm. No. You know what we forgot, Katie? I forgot the concealer.
I know. Do you want to go back and do that now? I know some people do concealer after they do their eye makeup, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because of just what happened to me right there, how it fell.
Yeah.
If you just wipe it off and then you go in with your concealer. Mm-hmm. And I like to use, again, my ring finger. You can use a sponge if you want to, but ring fingers work great. Mm-hmm. Concealer always starts up in that corner where the discoloration is.
That is a good tip.
Yep, goes down under your eye like a C shape.
And our concealer is great. It's a cream and it dries to more of a powder finish, so it's easy to work with.
Yep. Yeah, that helped. That fixed my boo-boo, didn't it? Mm-hmm. So there you can see the difference of having one eye sandwiched with the Onyx and one not. It's really remarkable, especially on blondes. But the point of it is to make your lash line look like it's really thick. So when you put your mascara on, it makes your lashes look really full. It pops out the shape of your eye, and it doesn't really look like you're wearing liner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I love that the look that we're doing today doesn't really look like you're wearing makeup. It just makes you look polished and radiant and pulled together, not like, wow, that's a lot of makeup on her face.
Exactly.
Elegant.
Should I finish just doing half of it, or should I do the other eye too?
Yeah, why don't you finish doing half and then people can see before and after.
Perfect. So from here, I would use a little, I think I'm going to use the dark brown pencil and just smudge it over the liner. Mm-hmm. So again, you're just short little steps over.
So you're using carob, right?
Carob, correct. Yep.
Item number 6731, Kara.
Kara. Brown, dark brown, Kara.
I love these pencils. I feel like they are so easy to work.
They're nice. And what I love about them is there's a sharpener that's built in. So when it feels like it's not pointy enough anymore, you can sharpen the tip, which is really important.
And Andrea, what's in right now? Is it more trendy and on point to do like a thinner line? So that's important to have it sharp so it doesn't look too thick. What would you say?
Well, I think actually it kind of depends. Well, first of all, I think it depends on how old you are.
Okay.
Because I think it's very in, if you're under 30, to have more of the cat eye kind of thicker liner look. Okay. Personally, for me, that's not much of a daytime look. No? I think if you're anywhere from your mid 30s to wherever, minimal is better. I think you want people to notice you, not your makeup.
Got it. Perfect.
So yeah. And I forgot to do this. Normally I do a little bit of a lash curl before I do the liner because it's actually easier when your lashes are curled up.
Okay. But still good to do it now before we do mascara. So that's perfect.
Mascara, exactly. I cannot truly talk about how much I love this mascara. Arbonne just hit the jackpot on this mascara. And I've been in Arbonne for 14 years, and I can honestly say I have never loved our mascara until this one. Because in order to formulate a natural mascara that doesn't have all the icky stuff in it that mascara generally does, it's very difficult to find a mascara that fits Arbonne's Pure, Safe, and Beneficial mantra that people go, wow, I love that mascara because my lashes are longer and thicker. And so longer, thicker, naturally beautiful, smells like rose hip oil.
And again, bringing us back to that beauty with benefits, I always love to share that there's actually bamboo in our mascara.
Yes.
It can naturally grow your lashes. And you guys, what woman does not, or man, who does not want naturally longer lashes? So the fact that truly the makeup is delivering benefits to your skin and hair while making you look gorgeous, you just cannot beat that. So I always love to share that fact when I'm showing people the mascara.
Yeah, you're right. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Putting mascara application, again, get it as close to the root as you can, jiggle it a little, and then pull it up, and always pull your outer lashes out to the edge.
So did you kind of jiggle it right at the base of your lashes, and then you went up and out? Okay.
Yep. So look at the difference. I mean, look at the length.
Definitely.
These lashes over here are pretty sparse. These are looking pretty good.
Your guy is ready for prime time.
Yep, exactly. There's a lot of controversy on, do you do your bottom lashes? I always tell people whatever makes you happy. If you want to do your bottom lashes, go for it. If you feel like, I oftentimes during the day don't, because I feel like it just feels like too much. Yeah. So I just do my top ones. You can't go anywhere without a little blush. I think blush makes everybody look brighter, more alive, flushed.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Our two most recommended blushes that we use generally, this is Blossom, this is Dusty Rose, this is more of a peachy warm pink, and this is more of a pink. Yeah. Both are beautiful. Depends sometimes on what lipstick color you're going to use, what you're wearing, your skin tone. I think for me today I'm going to use Blossom. Okay. And I'm going to dip again. You pat your brush, and I always tap it off or do a little there. So, and when I know it feels weird, but when you're putting your blush on, smile, look in the mirror, because you can see where the apples of your cheeks are. And then you want to just put a little color right on your apples of your cheeks.
Right here. Now I see, Andrea, you're not going up here, because it's not the 80s, so we're not contouring.
Nope.
Right? Just here and
out. Think about where you would flush if you were exercising, if you were out in the cold, on vacation. As my dear friend Jill Andrews says, bless her heart, she says, if you were after you had sex. Yeah.
It's an adults only video, don't you?
Yes, blush.
Kids are at school while we're making this.
With the blush brush. This is the same brush that I use to do the bronzer.
Love that brush. Love that brush.
Yeah. So it's soft, it's pretty.
Yeah.
So there we go. We are then moving along
to our lips. We're gonna
lips.
top it off
Yeah.
with lips. Yeah.
So many different options for lips. Katie has a beautiful color on today. What are you wearing, Katie?
I'm wearing Aster with a little bit of hazel gloss on top.
That's why it warms it up. Yeah, Aster's a beautiful kind of a plummy, rosy plum color. Yeah.
I just love the variety in our lip collection. I think we have gorgeous pale colors from the Magnolia, and then I know the rose is super popular, but I love darker colors too. So I love the iris and the dahlia. There are so many combinations.
Yeah, it looks beautiful on you.
Oh, thanks, friend. I picked it myself, guys, without Andrea.
She's been well instructed. Yeah. I'm going to use a tulip eyeliner, or lip liner, pardon. And tulip is probably the closest to your lip color liner that we have. So really it can go with any lipstick. And you want to line your lips right on the outside edge. I always smudge them a little bit, and you want to kind of feather it in.
So you are going to do a little bit on your actual lip beyond.
Yep.
Okay.
Because if you're going to put lip gloss on or even lipstick, the liner always lasts longer than the lipstick or lip gloss, and so you don't want to look like you have a line around your lip. Yeah. So, and it can make your lips a little fuller. For liner. We have so many beautiful colors of lip gloss. Just for today's sake, I'm going to show you one that's very neutral. This is called Cala. Probably our #1 selling gloss. It looks gorgeous on everyone. It looks beautiful over pretty much any lip color. And then I'm going to show you one that looks like it's really bright and red in the tube, but it's actually a really sheer, gorgeous color.
It's easy to work with, the Cardinal.
Yep, yep. So I'm going to just do a little Cala so you can see what that looks like first, and then I'll show you a couple of my favorite neutral lipsticks. Just a little bit will do ya.
Love it. Love it. Pout, mama.
Cool. That's just Tulip lip liner and Cala gloss. Now let's just take it up just a notch. I'm going to just pat my lips a little bit. And then add, this is the Cardinal.
I don't know, you would probably know, Andrea, how would you describe that color red? It's not too cool. I just feel like it's so wearable. It's because it's sheer.
It is. It's a beautiful, neutral, sheer red. And if you're scared of red, this is a beautiful way to start because it's not va-va-va-voom red. It's just a pretty sheer red. Like I would feel okay going out to the grocery store wearing this.
Yeah. Not like you're wearing too much makeup.
No, not at all. Two of my favorite lipstick colors. I love the one that Katie has on Aster. That's also one of my favorites. I feel like I've lost one here somewhere along the way. I hope I have not. Oh, it's over on the counter. Flora is one of my favorites, and it's just a neutral mauve, little darker than a natural lip color. I'll put it on the back of my hand so you can see what that one looks like.
Love it.
It's just, again, like a color anyone can wear, any skin tone, any hair tone. You can warm it up with glosses. You could use the hazel like Katie did. That would warm it up. You could use the Cala. That would lighten it up a little bit. That's Flora. That's one of my very favorites. And the other one I got to run over here and grab from the counter.
Well, if you guys have not tried our lipstick before, another thing that I love about our lipstick is that it has apple and watermelon extracts. So it's really, really hydrating to the lips. And especially if you live in a drier climate, as we age, just because we know that it becomes more difficult for the lips to absorb moisture, it's so beneficial to have a product that is actually, again, nourishing your skin, your lips, your face when you're wearing it. And it's fun. It's fun to play with all the different color combinations.
It is. And it smells awesome. Beautiful.
Right.
And that's, you guys, honestly, because we use essential oils and natural botanicals in our products. If you ever have found an old lipstick in the bottom of your purse or in the back of a drawer that you have not used in a few years, and have you ever opened it and you notice that it looks funky?
Yeah.
And then you smell it and it has a really funky smell, that is usually the animal byproducts that have gone
rancid. Yeah.
That would never happen with an Arbonne lipstick. They just smell beautiful and they feel beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is Lotus. This is another one of our favorite neutrals, and I'm going to just put this one next to the other one that I had. It's a little lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the difference? I don't know if it's...
Yeah, you can see the difference.
Yeah.
The one on, well, on our right is like jammier, and the one on the left is a little bit lighter and brighter.
And that's Lotus. So Lotus is the lighter one. Flora is the darker one.
Okay.
I've just found that if you just need an everyday great lipstick color, you really can't go wrong with either one of those. Mm-hmm. That's probably the #1 question that I get as a makeup artist is, oh my, just help me pick a lipstick that I just can put on quick. Right. Like you don't need a mirror. You can, you know, put it on as you're running out the door.
Right. Or I always said I usually end up doing my makeup in my rearview mirror before I go pick up my kids at school. So I look a lot. You know?
Exactly.
Minute.
So that's what we have in our makeup minimalist video. And I know we talked a lot, you guys, but honestly, you can whip that stuff on your face in for sure under 10 minutes. I can do it in under 5. You really can when you get practiced. Yeah.
Andrea, thank you so much for sharing all these amazing tips. And I just wanted to recap a couple things that I heard you say over and over again is not to be afraid to blend. So whether it's mixing some CC cream with some liquid foundation, I know I have clients who even mix 2 shades of liquid foundation together, or maybe they use one color, you know, if they're in a warmer climate in the for the winter time. So don't be afraid to blend and mix and match and just to have fun with it. You know, I think for me, makeup used to intimidate me because I felt like I wasn't good at it. But if you just kind of loosen up and have fun and try different combinations, you're going to find something that's beautiful that works for you. And when you're helping your clients, letting them just play and guiding them and giving them some suggestions, but also just letting them find the things that they love. Exactly. And really keeping it fun, because makeup is about looking and feeling our best.
It is. And you guys, it's such a door opener. I have to say, you know, if I do an event and I have all of Arbonne's products out on my counter, people gravitate to the makeup instantly.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to use it and get it on people, because it is beautiful. When Arbonne first came out with makeup, I was such a makeup snob that I literally was positive that I wouldn't like it. And then I started playing with it and trying it. And I was like, oh, wow. Oh, I really like it. And honestly, I'm saying that is the truth from my heart. It's an amazing makeup line to share with people and to use yourself. So if you're not using it yourself, shame on you. You need to. Yeah. And use it on get it out in your clients' faces and let them try it.
And it's an awesome way to just, once you've shared our 2 core product lines of skincare and nutrition, to just keep introducing people to more products that they can use, ways that they can maximize their preferred client discount, and just really redirect their shopping dollars to the Arbonne store. So Andrea, thank you for sharing all your tips. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Super fun. Well, you guys, we will look forward to doing another one of these in the near future, maybe with our amped up eye look or a couple other nighttime looks. But we hope that this video has been helpful and fun. And thanks a lot for tuning in. So have a great day.
Have a great day. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.